Okay, I think it's fine. I think this is okay. But Felix, you may like to tilt your camera a little up so that we see what you're doing with your eyes. That's too much. Mm-hmm. Perfect. So Felix, do you think you can sit like Emily or like Tiri or like Honey? Ariel, do you see how Emily is sitting? Do you think you can sit like that? Ariel, look at Emily and see if you can sit like Emily. Mm-hmm. Very good. So this is how you can sit in your meditation posture. Make sure you remember that, and we can start. So everybody make sure that your back is erect. If it is erect, then the top of the head is the closest to the ceiling above your head. So which one will be the closest? Try to make it as close to the ceiling as possible. The top of the head needs to be close to the ceiling. Mm-hmm. Without standing up, of course. No cheating is allowed. And Cherry, can you sit like Emily or like Tiri or like now? Yes, yes, that's much better. So I do not have the administrator rights. I would like to ask Chris for administrator rights. Yes, because I need to have the right to mute anyone if disturbing. If you click on participants, then you will see me, and then if you then click on the three dots, then there should be something like make a host. Uh-huh. Um, I would like to mute Felix. If you go to the video of Felix, then there will be at the top right corner, mute. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Then who has them? Maybe Tenza. No. Didi, can you go to Felix video and at the top right corner, see if there is something like mute. If you see it there, then that means you have administrative rights. If you go to Felix video, see at the top right corner of the video, there should be something like mute. You see, you're muted. So it means, Didi, you have now administrative rights. So can you go to participants in the window in your Zoom? If you click on participants, you will then see the list of all people here by the right side.
Okay, I just made you the host.
Yes, yes, thank you very much. Yes, I lost my video. Sometimes my video is not okay, possibly because of the connection, possibly because of something else. So in those cases, I will have to turn off my video for a little while. Okay, Felix, can you go a little further from your video? Yes, that's maybe too much. Can you come a little closer? Even more, you can come a little closer. Felix, yes, can come please a little closer. That's fine, that's enough. Perfect. So as we are sitting in our meditation posture, make sure your back is erect, the top of the head is as close to the ceiling above you as possible. And we make the first determination in our minds voicelessly from now on for 10 minutes. I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. From now on for 10 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. From now on for 10 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. And with that determination, we can gently, lovingly notice the flat piece of flesh at the top of the head. Let's allow it to be heavy. We continue to the forehead, eyes, nose, lips, chin, cheeks, ears, back of the head, and we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the head to be heavy. We continue to the neck, shoulders, arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, palms, fingers, tips of fingers, chest, abdomen, back, and we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the upper part of the body to be heavy. We continue to the buttocks, thighs, knees, calves, heels, soles, toes, tips of toes, allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the body to be heavy. And we enjoy this heaviness. We curiously explore this heaviness. Where is it more heavy? Now, as we allow this body to be the way it is, we can enjoy freedom from worry about this body. So let's enjoy this freedom. Let's enjoy this peace. And if you do not notice peace in the mind, you can remind yourself that you have clothes on your body, you have roof above your head, you probably had something to eat today. Not everybody is as lucky as you are. So in that case, you are enjoying peace. And so you can enjoy this fact that you have what you need. Now, as we have achieved peace, we can share it with other living beings. And we will start in our room, in our minds, voicelessly. We will wish, may all beings in this room be in peace. May all beings in this room be in peace. And we just wish them to enjoy the same peace, at least the same peace as we are enjoying now. So remember what is your peace, and allow all of the insects and bacteria, and animals and humans, whoever is there with you in the room, to have it too, or to have it better if they can. We can gradually expand our loving kindness. May all beings in this building be in peace. May all beings in this city or village be in peace. May all beings in this country be in peace. May all beings on this planet be in peace. May all beings, including me, be in peace. So we don't expect them to be in peace, but we just allow them to be in peace. That means if they're in peace, you will not be angry with them. And we allow ourselves also to enjoy this peace further. So we allow everyone to be peaceful as much as they can. Now, because the time for this sitting is finished, let's make the last determination in our minds listlessly. From now on, I will always be calm. From now on, I will always be calm. From now on, I will always be calm. And with that determination, we can slowly, mindfully change the way of our sitting. And do not move at all to your camera, stay where you are. And we can take one more minute, during which we will not move at all, and we will just observe what's going on in the mind. Is there a thought or a feeling, or you hear something or see something? Do not look anywhere, don't move at all. Just check and watch what's going on in the mind. Okay, very well. So now if you like, you can come closer to your camera. And You can unmute yourself, everybody. We will be reciting the Refuges, 5 Precepts. Yes, Robert and Alex can unmute. Ariel, Zoe, Mo, Tiambong. Yes, Emily has something to say. Yes, please. So today you will be following Burmese pronunciation. So make sure that you follow my pronunciation as accurately as possible because it will be quite different from what you see on the paper. So I will say Yamaha Wadami Down Wadeta, and you can then reply Ama Pande. So let's try that together. Yamaha Wadami Down Wadeta. Remember to keep your hands together at the chest, and let's try that again. And see if you can stay with your fingers, calm, without any movement, just like this. All right. Yamaha Wadami Down Wadeta. So now try to repeat after me as accurately as you can, as exactly as you can. So listen very carefully and then try to speak exactly the same way and the same speed. Aham bhante titaranena taha piensatilam dhammayasami anogaham katawa tilandeta me bhante anukampam upadaya dutiyampi aham bhante titaranena taha piensatilam dhammayasami anogaham katawa tilandeta me bhante anukampam upadaya. Tatiyampi aham bhante titaranena taha piensatilam dhammayasami anogaham katawa tilandeta me bhante anukampam upadaya. Namo tatta bhagavato arahato tamma sambuddhassa. Namo tatta bhagavato Arahato Tamma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Tamma Sambuddhassa. Bodhantaranang Gishami. Dhammantaranang Gishami. Sanghantaranang Gishami. Dutiyampi Bodhan Taranang Gishami. Dutiyampi Dhammang Taranang Gishami. Dutiyampi Tanghang Taranang Gishami. Tatiyampi Bodhan Taranang Gishami. Tatiyampi Dhammang Taranang Gishami. Tatiyampi Tanghang Taranang Gishami. Taranagamanam Pariponam. So let's try it again. I say Taranagamanam Pariponam, which means going for refuges is complete, and you only reply Amabhante. So let's try it together. Taranagamanam Pariponam. Yes, that's right. So now let's look at the 5 precepts. The first precept means I follow the precept of refraining from killing living beings. Instead of killing, we wish all beings to have a long life, and we help them to have a long life and to be healthy and to be happy right here and right now. Panatipata Veramani Tekapadam Tamadiyami. The second rule means I follow the rule of refraining from taking what is not given. It means we never steal. Adena dana Veramani Tekapadam Tamadiyami. The third precept means I follow the rule of refraining from sexual misconduct. It means when you are married, when you have your husband or your wife, like your parents have, then you should not fall in love with anyone else. You should be in love only with your husband or with your wife. Kametu Mesasara Veramani Tekapadam Tamadiyami. The fourth precept means I follow the precept of refraining from false speech. It means we never tell lie, we always tell the truth. Mutawada. Veramani. Tekapadam. Tamadiyami. The fifth precept means I follow the precept of refraining from drinking alcohol and taking drugs. Durameraya. Misa. Pamadatthana. Veramani. Tekapadam. Tamadiyami. So now I will wish you all to follow and to protect the three refuges and the five precepts very well, and to be mindful. Why would you be mindful? Well, if you are mindful and you know what's going on in your mind, well, then you can know that you want to break one of the five precepts when or before you actually break them. So when you know it before you break them, well, then you can actually avoid breaking them, because oh, I want to break the five precepts. I don't want to do that, and therefore you never break the five precepts. And then if you agree with that, you can reply Ama Bhante. So let's try it together. Remember to keep your hands together like this. Tidaranena tadhain piensa tilan dhamnanta dhukanturakhitan katawa appamadena tampadetham. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you soon attain the eternal bliss of Nibbana. And now you can reply, Tadhu, 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 which in Burmese pronunciation means that it is well said, that you agree with that. So let's try it again. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you soon attain the eternal bliss of Nibbana. Perfect, very well. So we are discussing the Buddha's life before he became a Buddha, the time when he was a young prince in the palace. So some of you here are new, and maybe you do not know the story, or maybe you do not know the details that we are already reading about. So it is good for you to know those details so that you can catch up with us and you can read. The difficulty is that it's only me who is reading, because the language is difficult. It is English, that's true, but it's Old English with difficult words. So it will be good for you to listen now for a very short summary, and then maybe hopefully you can follow with us about the news. So now, as a summary, first, the Buddha-to-be, Prince to be, the Bodhisatta, the one who will become a Buddha. So the one who is not a Buddha yet, the one who will later become a Buddha, is in the heaven. And he is in the heaven, and he is very powerful, and he has a great respect from from other gods. He is a god, and he is respected God. Now he looks down on the earth and he sees, now is the time to become the Buddha. So as this God in the heaven looks at the earth and he sees that this is the right time to become the Buddha, the other gods also come and say, yes, indeed, you need to go to earth, you need to be born as a human to become the Buddha. And so he passes away, he dies in the heaven, and he is born in the human world. But the way how he is born in the human world is not as usual. First, his mother-to-be, Queen Maya, she has a dream. What is that dream? She has a dream that there is a large white elephant which descends from a large mountain, while she is in her chamber inside one big golden mountain. Now she has this dream that this large white elephant descends from this large mountain, and then this elephant comes towards this large golden mountain and enters that large golden mountain all the way to her chamber, to her room. And then as this white elephant comes to her room, the white elephant walks around her bed. That's her dream. That's what she dreams, that an elephant walks around her bed, a beautiful white shining elephant. And then as the white shining elephant walks one time or several times around her bed, he then enters her belly. So what happened? First the elephant descended from a mountain, then the elephant entered the golden mountain where is the queen, then he entered her room, then he walked around her bed, and then he entered her belly. Okay? So that's what was her dream. That's what was her dream. It did not happen. No, nobody believes that it happened. No, but it was her dream. So we believe that she had that dream. Yes, we believe that she did have that dream. And so she woke up and she told her husband, the king, Siddhattha, that she had this dream. So the king, he called many Brahmins, many priests, many kind of monks, but we would call them priests, and he asked them, what does this mean? And they said, this means that your queen will have a very powerful son. That son one time will become the teacher of the world. So then the Queen Maya, after 9 months, she was traveling to see her parents, before she gives birth to her son. But on the way to see her parents, she already saw she needs to give birth to her son. So they did not get it. They did not make it to the parents. She had to stop on the way and go to a tree in a nice park. And there, as she was holding a branch, she gave birth to her son, the Buddha-to-be, Bodhisatta, Prince Siddhattha. And then, as she gave birth to her son, the prince, he suddenly changed into a young man of about 17 years old, and he made 7 steps. As he touched the floor by his feet, there appeared a lotus flower under his foot. After those 7 steps, he stopped and he said, and he looked around the world and to see if there is anyone wiser, anyone more knowledgeable, anyone more skillful than him. And he saw indeed he is the most skillful, the wisest person in the world. And there were many gods around, many Brahmas, which are higher gods around, and they approved. Indeed, that's true. You are the best in the world. And so he said, I am the best in the world. This is my life, my absolutely the last life in the cycle of rebirth. And then he changed back to the little newborn baby. So that's the story of the newborn Buddha-to-be. Then what happened, what followed, is that when this prince was about 1 month old, according to some stories, 7 years old, according to some other stories, and another ages, according to some other stories. Anyway, when he was still very young, one day it happened that his father decided to make a festival of plowing. So what's plowing? Plowing, when you have rice field and you take a plow, which is a kind of machine, and then you destroy this rice field. You destroy it as you go with this machine. This machine destroys the ground. That's very important. As the machine destroys the ground, it destroys the weed in the ground. That means it destroys the little plants that were growing there, which are not desirable, which are not rice plants. And because these little plants are destroyed, you can easily plant seeds into the ground, and the seeds will sprout into rice, and you will then have something to eat. So you first need to destroy the ground, then you can put seeds into the ground, and then you wait, or well, you work. Then you work very hard, and after some time, you will get rice and you will have some food. So this plowing is very important. Plowing, destroying the ground is very important. So the king, sometimes he would make this kind of festival when the king himself would go to the farm and he would plow while many people are around. But the king would be using very beautiful golden plow and with many jewels. So, and this is a kind of ritual. It's a kind of ritual where they pay respect to this fact of plowing. They're happy that there is this thing called plowing. They're happy about it because this is what allows them, this is what allows people to live. Well, because if you plow, you can plant your seeds, then you can have your rice, and then you can eat your rice, right? If you don't have plowing, well, then you cannot plant your seeds, you will not have rice, and therefore you die by hunger. So plowing is quite important. So the king was encouraging his people like this by himself, symbolically. That means more as a drama rather than that he himself becomes a farmer. So the king plays this kind of drama that now he is farming to encourage everyone to farm. Look at this, even the king is farming, so you definitely should farm too. So at that time, the little prince, was placed under a beautiful jambu tree, which is a tree which gives the rose apple fruit. Some of you maybe don't know rose apple fruit, but it's a beautiful fruit and very tasty. So this young prince was under the tree, and the prince was there with many assistants, with many people who took care of the prince, many guardians. But as the guardians saw how the festival of the king is in its most beautiful time, how the people are dancing and singing and enjoying their time, they also wanted to join them. So these assistants, these guardians, they left the prince. So the little prince was totally alone under the tree. As he was alone under the tree, he was thinking, what should I do now when I'm alone? Maybe I should meditate. So he sat down in meditation and he was meditating. That's the best thing you can do when you're alone. Well then, as he was meditating, very strange thing happened. What happened is, as the time went, the sun is moving, right? As the sun is moving, your shadow is moving around. And the shadows of trees are moving because the sun is moving, right? And therefore, the shadow around the trees was moving around and around. But it did not move under the tree under which the Buddha-to-be was meditating. The Buddha-to-be was under the shade of the jambu tree, of the rose apple tree, throughout the time of his meditation. So when the guardians, when they returned, thinking, what is our little prince doing now alone under the tree? They were amazed that the prince is meditating under the tree and that the shadow under the tree did not move at all, even though the shadow under all of the trees moved because the sun in the sky moved. Every day the sun moves in the sky. Hopefully everybody knows that. So then what happened is that these guardians, they called the king. The king saw it. He was also amazed, and he paid respect to his young little son. Short time after the prince actually was born, two more things happened that I omitted. So there was a very a powerful, very wise hermit. That means a kind of monk, but hermit who lives in the forest. He came to see the king because he heard that the prince was born, and the king asked him, "What will happen with my little child? Who will be my little child when he becomes big?" And the hermit says, and the hermit takes the prince, and the prince curls his legs around the head or around the hair of the hermit. Instead of bowing to the hermit, the little prince curls the legs around the hair of the hermit. And the hermit immediately knows, aha, this prince will become the Buddha. That is great. He will become the teacher of the world. But then the hermit cries. What is he crying? Because by that time he will be in a very special heaven in which, unfortunately, he will not be able to listen to the Buddha's teachings. Most of the gods can listen to the Buddha's teachings, but this particular hermit will be born in a heaven where he cannot listen to the teachings. So he was crying. He was happy that the boy will become the Buddha. He was crying that he himself cannot attend to the teaching. All right, so then the king, he called many Brahmins, many priests, to predict what will happen to the young prince. 8 of the Brahmins were selected to decide what will happen with the young prince. 7 of the Brahmins, they said, well, I think there were 8, right? I don't remember the number. Those Brahmins, they decided, apart from one, all of the remaining Brahmins, they decided that this prince will either be the king of the world or he will become the Buddha, the teacher of the world. And one of the Brahmins, the youngest, he said, no, only one option. He will become the teacher of the world. Okay, so now to summarize what happened. So first, we get the God in the heaven. Then he was born to Queen Mahamaya. But first she had the dream about the white elephant. Then she gave birth to the young prince, and the young prince made 7 steps, and he said that he's the best in the world, and this is his last life. And then we have the old hermit, Asita Kaladevila, who came and he predicted that he will become the Buddha, that the little prince will become the Buddha. Then we have the Brahmins, who all except one thought he will become either the king of the world or the teacher of the world. And finally, the 6th point, we see that, what we see? That he was meditating under the jambu tree, under the rose apple tree, and the shadow did not move. So when the king found out that his young little prince, on his own, without anyone asking, on his own decided to meditate, and that there were miracles happening around, the king bowed down to the prince. So these are 6 points. And I would like you everyone to summarize, even those of you who know it all very well, I would like to you all to write this little summary into your little notebooks. So make sure that everybody has your notebook, and I will write that down the notes for you. Every time we have a class, come with a notebook. I will send them soon. I'm now working on that. I need to write them first. So they're not there yet, so you need to wait. See, some people are leaving, searching for their notebook. So everybody show me your notebooks, please. So Tempong, you have your notebook. Okay. Ratiri, Emily. Ariel has a notebook. Nice. Sue, Cherry, Mo. Robert, Alex, can I see your notebooks? Perfect. Thank you. Everyone's ready. So you can start writing. I will be writing 6 things. So now you have 1. There are 6 things to write. I'll try to make them as brief as possible. And when you have finished all 6 things, you can actually go. So let me write them as soon as possible. I will actually leave because I need to teach somewhere else, but you can continue writing. Okay, so I have written my notes. So now hopefully you all can write these notes. It's a lot, I know, it's a repeating after about 1 year. So this is what we learned in about 1 year or even more. So of course it's a lot, all right? But if you can write this, if you can read it and understand it, well, then it will be easy for you to catch up with us. So it's a lot, I see, yes, but as I say, it's 1 year. It's information from 1 year of teaching. All right, so Chris, please kindly wait here with the students until they have all finished their notes. But I will ask the students yes, thank you very much. So I will now ask the students to stop their writing for a little while. I'm leaving. So I would like to greet you nicely, politely. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you be successful in everything you do.